वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीर धारी कृपाम्बुदीर्य तमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Warm welcome everyone in the study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we'll continue our study today from 18th chapter, text 14. And just this question, not sure if we asked before, or you all let me know if we asked this before and kindly share an answer as well, response as well. Huh? So the question is simple, very simple. What is that quality which we pray for, which we pray to have in material world, but we do not pray for it at all in pure Krishna consciousness? Hmm? Not sure, don't know if we'll discuss this question, Hmm, but let us know. What is that quality which we aspire for, which everyone wants, everyone aspires for? It's a very rich, very niche, very posh, very good, very desired, sought after, revered quality in material world, but in pure Krishna consciousness, even in living. See, pure Krishna consciousness does not mean like, okay, leaving this body and attaining Golok Vrindavan straight on. We have to exhibit pure devotional service in this body itself. So, what is that quality which is revered, sought after, desired in material life, but it has no space in pure Krishna consciousness? One wouldn't want, one wouldn't pray for it. Think of it, and if you have any thoughts, then share.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Ren.
Do like devotees also are aiming for this characteristic in a material world? But that or does that apply for like other people?
Well, see, Bhagavad Gita is for everyone. It is not like for devotees or other people. It is Krishna conscious practice is universal. It is everyone only, for everyone. So, potentially everyone is a pure devotee of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita is universal, spiritual, and all. So, it is not like it is for devotees. This question is for devotees and for not devotees, and all. No, no. Whatever we discuss in Bhagavad Gita, it should be for everyone. So yes, it is for everyone, especially whoever is born human. Now, someone may struggle to really understand even theoretically what does pure Krishna consciousness mean. So the question for everyone practicing Krishna consciousness or not yet practicing Krishna consciousness is, what is that quality which is revered, desired, sought after by everyone in material life? But in pure Krishna consciousness means what? Pure happiness, in pure bliss. Everyone is after pure happiness, right? Everyone is after pure bliss. So, in the pursuit of pure happiness, pure bliss, that quality is a no no. It is a killer altogether. So, any thoughts further, Renus?
Yeah, I'm still not haven't figured out this question. I think you asked this like long time ago, but I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, sure. So, we have been discussing these questions. Don't know since when, but yeah, Yes, in our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and I think I have an answer, believe it or not, but yeah, I think I have the answer. And I will share the answer as I said before also. I won't share the answer. If any one of you give the answer, great. I would be very happy to hear the answer. Otherwise, we'll share the answer on the very last day of our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And just this Krishna consciousness or spirituality, no? It is open for everyone. It is for everyone. It is not like again, Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita. There are hundreds and thousands of ways of presenting Bhagavad Gita. Presenting Bhagavad Gita is not like, okay, it's a Hindu textbook sort of. No, no. That's not an accurate presentation as well. It is a universal dialogue. See, it's a natural, normal dialogue Krishna is having with Arjuna. Is it not? A natural, normal conversation. Problem is when I live in split or dual life. That is when every problem comes. What split or dual life says, split personality? This is my material life, this is my spiritual life. Then I struggle heavily. Then, okay, this a material lifestyle, material ways, material calculation, and this is spiritual. But for a sadhaka, we have to come to a realization. Life is life. Life is one. And we have to make it fully everything spiritual only. So much so that our studying, working, if Arjuna's fighting, okay, this is a question for all. Arjuna's fighting, is it material or spiritual? What do you say? Reina, Sanuja, Harsha, Petan. Hmm?
I would say spiritual, but yes, but I guess it's like initially Arjuna was thinking more in materialistic way, right? But Krishna trying to convince him that like kind of fight for me, not for like the reasons that he's putting forward. And maybe something like that.
Once, yes, true. Once Arjuna surrendered, that is the beginning and that is the glorious thing. When he allowed himself. That's the beginning when he acknowledged that he needs help and when he asked for help. That is the great start. And that is only required from our part. That Krishna, I am stuck and I need help. Problem is, I do not genuinely want help. Or if I take help also, then I just forget once my thing is done. And in Krishna consciousness practicing, Krishna is giving us the pure help. To attain what? To attain the Pancham Purusharth. Pancham Purusharth is what? Love of God and love of Krishna. Pancham means fifth. Purusharth. Purush is referred to living entity. And Arth is what is this value? What is of benefit for him? What is of highest value interest for him? So for us practicing Krishna consciousness, the real deal is what? Love of God. And so that is the Pancham Purusharth, the fifth. And what are the first four? Say the other four. The other four comes under dharmic Vedic regulations, Vedic lifestyle, dharma, artha, kam, moksha, religion, economic, uh, economic development, then sense gratification and liberation. See, the Vedic culture is everything based on religion, no? Vedic lifestyle, dharma, laws, codes of conduct in society from a spiritual point of view, from Varnashram point of view. So when we follow religion, then what will happen? Economic prosperity will be there. And once economic prosperity, then what? We can enjoy our senses. We can enjoy life. Of course, yes. And then we can aim for liberation. Okay, we had enough of enjoyment. Grasta life, family life, we had enough of enjoyment. And now retirement life, now we prepare for liberation. That's the standard or the traditional or the conventional setting. But Krishna consciousness is beyond this. Practice of Krishna consciousness does not want us to entangle in this cycle of religion, economic development, sense gratification, and ultimately aim for liberation. No. And that sort of liberation, what is aimed there, dharma, kam, moksha, the liberation in this moksha is actually impersonal liberation only meaning. But the sort of liberation we are after is engagement in service, in loving and serving Krishna. So for us, there is only one Purusharth, love of Godhead. Only one. Practicing Krishna consciousness, I should aim for nothing but love of Godhead. And the sooner, uh, how to advance in Krishna consciousness, the sooner I'm more captivated by the motivation, by the purpose, by the result, what Krishna consciousness gives. The sooner it transpires my consciousness, the sooner I'm attracted to it, the greater it will be, the better it will be, the best it will be. So, with this mood, with this prayer, with this aspiration, uh, and with this question, what is that quality which is prayed for in material life, but it does not exist in pure Krishna consciousness? Which is desired in material life, but in pure Krishna consciousness, we wouldn't want it at all. So think of it and share your thoughts as and when you can. And we continue our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 14 onwards. We'll see. Adhishtanam tatha karta karanam cha prithak vidam vividascha prithak cheshta devam chaivatra chaivatra panchamam. Harsha, read translation purport.
The place of action, the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the five factors of action. The word adhishtanam refers to the body. The soul within the body is acting to bring about the results of activity and is therefore known as karta, the doer. That the soul is the knower and the doer is stated in this Shruti. Esha hi drishta shrashta, Prashna Upanishad 4.9. It is also confirmed in the Vedanta Sutra by the verses Thyano Ta Eva and Karta Sastrat Vratat. The instruments of action are the senses, and by the senses, the soul acts in various ways. The instruments of action are the senses, and by the senses, the soul acts in various ways. For each and every action, there is a different endeavor, but all one's activities depend on the will of the super soul, who is seated within the heart as a friend. The Supreme Lord is the super cause. Under these circumstances, he who is acting in Krishna consciousness under the direction of the super soul, situated within the heart, is naturally not bound by any activity. Those in complete Krishna consciousness are not ultimately responsible for their actions. Everything is dependent on the supreme will, the super soul, the supreme personality of Godhead. The place of action, the body, the performer, the various senses, the many different kinds of endeavor, and ultimately the super soul. These are the five factors of action.
Haribol. Okay, Harsha, read text 13 also, just the translation, the previous one.
O mighty armed Arjuna, according to the Vedanta, there are 5 causes for the accomplishment of all action. Now learn of these from me.
Hmm. So it's in this text 14. Krishna is telling of those 5 causes. No? What are those 5 causes? The place of action means the body. Hmm. And then the performer, and then the various senses, the instruments for performing the action. And the performer, us are the performer, the many different kinds of endeavor. What endeavors are we doing? And ultimately the super soul. So these 5 constitute the cause of action. Mm. For any action to take place, any activity to take place, these 5 has to be there. Without these 5, it cannot happen. Uh, As they say, na? What do they say? Not even a blade of grass moves without the will of the Lord. Hmm? Not even a blade of grass moves without the will of the Lord. भगवान की इच्छा के बिना एक पेड़ का पत्ता भी नहीं हिलता. ठीक है? So, so ultimately the super soul. But then the individual soul, na? The individual soul, the place of action. So the body is the house for the soul. Where does the soul reside? In the body, na? So the place of action for the soul is what? The body. The performer the performer is the living entity. It needs some place where it can perform the action. So the body. Then it needs some instruments through which we can act. The senses. Then the different kinds of endeavor. All different kinds of endeavor. And ultimately the super soul. Now, eh, again, see, there's so many tennis players, for example, in this world, right? And but not of all of them are very famous or popular or successful. Very few, very few. Hmm? And it is not like okay, there may not be some better player than Djokovic or Rafael Nadal or Roger Federer or Andy Murray. There are, but they are not supported by their good fortune, by karma, by luck, by good fortune. By karma, by luck, by good fortune, meaning they are not sanctioned or supported by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Mare Krishna Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. If Krishna if Krishna wants to protect someone, who can kill? Who can cause harm? No one. And if Krishna desires to cause harm to someone, to give trouble to someone, who can save him or her? No one. Now we are heavily caught up, we are heavily tied up in the law of karma because we perform activities not purely out of love, because we perform activities out of some agenda, some purpose, some desire, some purpose, mostly material. Mm. So we have to bear the consequences, the repercussion of it, as we were discussing actually a bit this morning also. There is a karma siddhi, which means what? Perfection in good karma, meaning perfection in selfless karma. That I do something for the society or something for the house, something for the nation, and what I do is all selfless. So that is karma siddhi. Fine, that such selfless acts are under one does, then perfection, what will he attain with that perfection? He wouldn't attain the Pancham Purushat. He will attain at the most heavenly planets, at the most Indra Loka. Why? Because selfless service, na? At the most Indra Loka. Then Gyan Siddhi. Jnana Siddhi is what? That perfecting in knowledge, perfect knowledge. So many dry philosophers, speculators, most of them do not believe in Krishna consciousness, do not believe in the existence of God, do not take Krishna as God, do not take Krishna as God and person simultaneously. Say they do not. So this so Krishna consciousness, it definitely the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, it broadens our horizon altogether. It will hit us on the face, yes, and the teachings and all, it is all there amongst us. It is all nothing as such new we are learning, no, but we are uncovering a lot which we knew from before, but they've been covered up. Mm, they have gone covered up. And here, through this attempt, we are trying to uncover ourselves fully, fully. So for us, the Pancham Purushat is love of Godhead only. We are not after dharma, kam, moksha. And the performer, the place of action, the body, then the living entity, then desire, the endeavors, different endeavors, the desires. So again, it's not like there's no better player than Roger Federer. Luck supported him, fortune supported him, meaning again that Supreme Personality of Godhead supported him. So without the blessing of Krishna, we can attain nothing. And if we have the blessing of Krishna, then nothing can be taken away from us. And the whole process of Krishna consciousness is somehow or other, how can I attract the attention? How can I attract the mercy? How can I get the blessings of the divine couple? Hmm. The best way to get blessings of the divine couple is by serving the devotees. That's the best way. Serving deities is one thing, it's very good, it's transcendental. But serving devotees is another level. It is definitely a higher level. Hmm. And brings us quickly more closer to Krishna or help us advance in Krishna consciousness. And ultimately, advancing in Krishna consciousness means what? Coming out of self obsession, giving self obsession, coming out of self obsession, and becoming what? Krishna obsessed, devotee obsession, Krishna obsession. That is what we want to generate. Hmm. That is what we want to imbibe. The more we free ourselves from self obsession, the more we will relish Krishna consciousness, and the more we will understand Krishna consciousness. And the more we go in self obsession, the more we close ourselves. The more we will go in depression, the more we will be unhappy in life, the more we will find setbacks and disturbances in life. Self obsession, it does not make us any happy, it is going to break us. So now in this assembly of Vaishnavas, let us take this opportunity to serve mm, in person Vaishnava devotees, or if we cannot serve them in person, then serve them in distance in whatever capacity. But the most reliable, quickest, easiest, simplest way to attract the blessings of the Divine Lord is by serving devotees. When we devotees are pleased, then Krishna is pleased. Krishna never becomes pleased on his own without devotees being pleased. No, that is not Krishna's nature. Guru Brahman Hitayachana. He has very high regard and values and for devotees. Mm. So for us, purification is at different stages, different level. One purification is what? Freedom from lust, anger, greed, envy, gross level. Higher than that is freedom from lust, anger, gross, and envy, and all at certain level altogether. Mm. Then furthermore, purification is what? glorification of the Lordship. Yes, that is very purification to be able to glorify the Lordships in choicest poetry. That it's something from the heart and very capturing, glorifying the Lord. Then higher or better than glorifying the Lord is what? Glorifying the devotees of the Lord. That is the best purification. When we glorify the devotee of the Lord, when we appreciate whatever we are because of devotee association. More than 99.99%, 99.99% recurring, whatever we are because of devotee association. And if we have to give ourselves any credit, say, then the credit has to be that I allow myself to be used. mm, mm, that these devotees, I listen to the devotees. I did not run away, say. That is the only thing required. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Deity worship. Okay. Hmm. Higher than serving the higher than serving Krishna, say, or no, it's like glorifying Krishna is great. Glorifying the Lordship. Krishna becomes more pleased when we glorify devotees. That and Krishna appears in 5 ways in Kali Yuga. One of the ways in deity form. One way is holy name. One way is books. uh, One way is deity form. One way in dham, and one way is spiritual master. Uh, Of all this, the most intimate is our relationship with spiritual master. Should be the most intimate. Books are also mercy, great mercy of Krishna, but a bit indirect. Deities are also mercy of Krishna, but a bit indirect in the sense deities will never, uh, generally speaking, they wouldn't walk up to us and hold our hand or hold our ear or and tell something to us. No, books also won't do that. Uh, Holy name also won't do that. So these are definitely mercy, but a bit indirect. Direct mercy is what? Direct mercy is blessings of the devotees. That is the direct mercy. Does that somewhat answer? Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? Okay, let us read next. शरीरवान् मनोभिर्यत् कर्म प्रबर प्रारभते नर न्यायं वा विपरीतं वा पाञ्चैते तस्य हेतव. Anujari translation purport.
Whatever right or wrong action a man performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these five factors. The words right and wrong are very significant in this verse. Right work is work done in terms of the prescribed directions in the scriptures, and wrong work is work done against the principles of the scriptural injunctions. But whatever is done requires these five factors for its complete performance. Whatever right or wrong action a man performs by body, mind, or speech is caused by these five factors.
Haribol, what is our benchmark? What is our, yeah, this is a question. What is our benchmark for checking ourselves, cross checking, checking ourselves that what I'm thinking, doing, or acting on, is it Krishna conscious or not? How do we get the confirmation validation? There has to be some checkpoints. Yes,
Very
please.
well, Hare Krishna. How I remember, it's Guru, Shastras, and Sadhu. So
Yes.
yes.
Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Na? So, Guru, again, someone if has not taken shelter yet, then devotees are our checkpoints. Confirming from devotees. Sadhu, Shastra, Vaishnavas, mm, Guru, Sadhu, Shastras. Now, in this world, is there any place where some sort of documentation or is not looked into? Everywhere. There's law everywhere, na? Not just like in police or court and all that. Okay, that's as per law. That's as per. In medical science also there is law. Hmm? Wherever in house also there is law of maintenance and functioning and working in the home, right? Now family could be well living together only. No law just say, but there is a code of conduct, a way of functioning, a style. Hmm? So this sort of written message, na, it's pretty much everywhere, written or oral rules regulation. So Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Shastras are required everywhere. So and Shastras help us everywhere in our study life, job life, and all. Again, life is one only. Whatever we are engaged into, but for us, life should be one purpose, one aim, one goal. Hmm? For that. So when we live like that, one purpose, one aim, one goal, then we live an integral life. Then we are living a life of integrity. So Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. And we cannot neglect any of them. It's not like we can choose one of the three, no, and leave others. No, no. We have to go through all three. Mm, Guru, what does Guru Maharaj say? What does Sadhu, what does saintly people say? And what do scriptures say? Now, if saintly people, spiritual master, others, elevated Vaishnavas, if they speak something which is not in line with scriptures, with the teachings of Mahaprabhu, which is not in line with the teachings of Lord Shri Krishna, then it is not good. It should not be taken. Sadhu, he should not manufacture, he should not make up or concoct anything. He should repeat what the scriptures say. He should bring out the message of the scriptures. Because we are complicated, na, so we struggle with simplicity. Because we are complicated. Scriptures are very simple, the message and everything is very clean, clear, simple. But because we are complicated, we like a bit of a complexity in life. We do not, we find, oh, reading Bhagavad Gita must be so tough, so boring, so dull. But if we genuinely read Bhagavad Gita and understand, it is such a joy, such an encouragement, such a learning. So it is not like at all something which is boring or whimsical. So Guru Sadhu Shastra, we cannot choose and pick and choose that, oh, I'll just follow scriptures. No. Or I will follow devotees. No. We have to follow devotees, understanding scriptures scrutinizingly. Hmm? And then later on, we have to go completely in love with uh, the practice of Krishna consciousness. Scriptures are also not different from Krishna. Hmm? Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. So it is not Krishna consciousness life is not like a life of a loose or just moralistic life. It is not, it has got nothing to do with say mundane morality. That doesn't mean that practicing Krishna consciousness we are very cold persons. No, no. Very accommodating, very encouraging. Mm. It's not like we believe in some mundane lifestyle. No, we live a rich lifestyle, rich philosophy. Live for a rich cause, Baba. Die for the richest cause. Uh, After all, we are humans, so we are anyways blessed. We are anyways intelligent. We are anyways very advanced, elevated. Yes. Now all practice and teachings of Bhagavad Gita is what? To help us find our real potential, understand our real strength, our real potential. And then we live by it, we work by it. And these are the ways of our uh, interacting in this world, functioning by body, mind, or speech. So, through our body, mind, and speech, we should be glorifying devotees, we should be glorifying the Lord, the Supreme Lord. Once we understand how to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how to glorify devotees, then our life will change altogether. The same tongue we chant Hare Krishna, we glorify devotees, we read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. But the very same tongue, if engaged in mundane songs or abusive songs and abusive chat, then very difficult. No, no, that is not what we want. So through japa, naturally we will see a huge shift in our consciousness, not just a small, a real proper shift in our consciousness through good japa. Then all the reading teachings of Bhagavad Gita will come about very succinctly. So applying mm, body, mind, all our existence faculties. See, in Krishna consciousness, will attain greatness when we consume ourselves in the service of Krishna, in the service of Guru Gaurang. Fully consume ourselves, become fully occupied. Hmm? Then we go free from self-obsession. Then Maya won't catch us because we are on a different mood, a different trajectory, different idea, different understanding of life, different vision, hmm, different take. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? So we can never discard the importance of uh, books, scriptural injunctions. We can never discard that. It's truly important. Krishna does not, again, like us to act whimsically or independently. He wants us to consult Bhagavad Gita, mm, to study Bhagavad Gita. There are various ways. No? One way could be just reading translation, and the next attempt could be translation and purports. Mm. Third attempt could be just there are many ways, and one is like best when we listen from devotees, and when we pray fervently, listen from devotees, we'll be able to see that how Bhagavad Gita or Krishna consciousness is universal, is for everyone, and it's not like a typical conditional sort of relation or say religion or Krishna conscious practice. We do not care about, say, beating about the bush and all. No, no. What is the essence? What is the sar? And how can we go deep in it? So, practicing Krishna consciousness, we should be acting like a honeybee, na? A bee, which takes all good qualities from the garden, uh, from different places, and does not rest there. No, moves on, moves on. that ways, if we also have to move forward in life, then we have to come under the shelter of uh, Guru Sadhu Shastra if we want to move forward in life. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? Okay, let us read next then. Text 716. तत्रैवं सति कर्तारम् आत्मनं केवलं तु य पश्यति अकृतबुद्धित्वान् न स पश्यति दुर्मति. Rena's translation purport.
Translation. um, Therefore, one who thinks himself the only door, not considering the five factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. Purport. A foolish person cannot understand that the super soul is sitting as a friend within the conditioning con- and conducting his actions. Although the material cause are the place, the worker, the endeavor, and the senses, the final cause is the supreme, the personality of Godhead. Therefore, one should see not only the four material causes, but the supreme efficient cause as well. One who does not see the supreme thing thinks himself to be the door. Translation. Therefore, one who thinks himself the only door, not considering the five factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are.
Hmm. So one who cannot see the Supreme Lord working, his energies working throughout, then he will be swayed. He is swayed in under the material energy of the Lord, and he will take himself to be the doer only. We do not want to be the doer. We want to act, but not be the doer. It's not like we do not want to act. No, we want to act. We want to function, but we do not want to be the doer. So this is a question for all of us. How can we act in a way that we are acting and yet not yet the doer? What does this mean? That act as well and not be the doer. How is it possible? Is it possible? Hmm? That someone act also and not be the doer as well. Like being asked to go to local food shop and get some food items. Hmm? Then what? Person is acting upon that instructions he is doing from his mind, body, senses, every faculty, speech. Hmm? He's acting, he's working, but yet not affected by it. We want to work, we want to act, but we do not want to be the doer. No, we want to be working as instruments, acting as instruments under the agency of that divine energy of the Lord. And this is universal for everyone. It's not just for any particular race or any particular language or country. No. What we have come across is fascinating. So when we come across something that which is so fascinating, how can we even think of leaving it or giving it up? Hmm? In our conditioned state on self, we do not think what to speak of a transcendental state. So we should be very thankful what we have come across, what we have been arranged or provided for. And I don't think so anyone practicing genuinely Krishna consciousness can say that, oh, I deserve to practice Krishna consciousness. No. Hmm? That well I knew certain at this age I would have started my Krishna consciousness and this time I will finish it off also. Hmm? Such a mentality might come. Passionate work mentality. Okay, 5 years complete. Yeah, in 5 years I will read all the books from the Veda based library. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Now one may want to do and somehow finish it also in 5 years. all books from the Veda base library. Hmm. But how much learning did we actually get out of it? And did it lead Vaishnavas? Does it serve the purpose or not? So we need to be careful with ourselves. Human life is a life of big responsibility, and we have a bigger distance to cover as well, a long distance to cover. But yet, the more our motivation is clear, why do I practice Krishna consciousness? The more the motivation is clear, and the more the motivation is a bit live or more appealing, hmm, more we can take on board, then very helpful. In human form of life is very special. We do not want to be stuck anywhere. We cannot afford to get ourselves stuck at work, family life, and all. No, we have to make it really the proper life in both sense, spiritual and material. No, every sense. It's like when we meet, say, our parents. Someone's parents need not be practicing Krishna consciousness, but now when we meet them, we do not meet them in any different light. No, any elderlies and all whom we meet comes to the temple. So yeah, we meet them in that light spirit that I'm a uh, donor here, I'm a lodger here. Hmm. We all are serving our time actually in this material world. All of us. It's just we don't we death is sure to come. It's just we do not know the timing when. And for that time, if material world means uncertainty, na? So it is uncertain. And I'm then left with what? The choice to be patient, confident, and enthusiastic. So where do we get this enthusiasm, say? Hmm. Reading Bhagavad Gita and then same question. Is Arjuna's fighting, was it spiritual or material? Okay, someone, Renas, I think he shared something. If someone else or Renas want to share something, is fighting Arjuna's fighting, was it material or spiritual? Mm-hmm. Yes, Anuja. Yeah, there is some noise disturbance. Arjuna's fighting is purely spiritual, no material. Earlier, he was materially caught up. Hmm. What to do? He has to be shown as materially caught up. Now, see, had Arjuna not gone in this emotional breakdown, had it helped? No, it would not have helped us. Of course, Krishna would have arranged another way, done something and all to win over this war and also to preach us. Hmm. But why do we want Krishna to take that hardship struggle of doing anything extra, anything different? No. So Arjuna's fighting in the war was completely spiritual. It was bona fide. It was authorized. It was a Vedic war. The activity was all Vedic. Hmm. Fighting activity. Whatever involved in the fighting, all spiritual. The planning, the thought process, the going to bed and all. So likewise, we have to shape up our life, our study, work, everything can become spiritual when we go to bed and what time do we wake up and furthermore. Okay, any thoughts, questions or comments? Okay, let us see maybe a couple more. यस्य नाहङ्कारो कृतभावो बुद्धिर्यस्य न लिप्यते हत्वापि स इमान् लोकान् न हन्ति न निबध्यते. Harsha retranslation purport.
One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled,
Though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions.
This is what
In
we
this
were
world,
discussing, right? Huh? Whose intelligence is not entangled, who is not motivated by false ego, means who is not motivated by self-obsession. Though he kills men in this world, he does not kill. Nor is he bound by his actions. Okay, purport.
in this verse, the Lord informs Arjuna that the desire not to fight arises from false ego. Arjuna thought himself to be the doer of action, but he did not consider the supreme sanction within and without. If one does not know that a super sanction is there, why should he act? But one who knows the instruments of work, himself as the worker, and the Supreme Lord as the Supreme Sanctioner, is perfect in doing everything. Such a person is never an illusion. Personal activity and responsibility arise from false ego and godlessness. Personal activity and responsibility arise from false ego and godlessness, or a lack of Krishna consciousness. Anyone who is acting in Krishna consciousness under the direction of the Super Soul or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even though killing does not kill, nor is he affected by the reaction of such killing. When a soldier kills under the command of a superior officer, he is not subject to be judged. But if a soldier kills on his personal account, then he is certainly judged by a court of law. One who is not motivated by false ego, whose intelligence is not entangled, though he kills men in this world, does not kill, nor is he bound by his actions.
Yeah, this is the answer to what we were discussing or trying to discuss, na? That Arjuna's fighting, was it material or spiritual? Hmm? Completely spiritual, no? The motivation behind the fight, who is he fighting for, what is the motivation, why is he fighting, then it is all spiritual. So who we are and whose we are, that is very important to figure out. Once we understand who we are and whose we are, then yes, we can make life altogether spiritual. So the heart should go to the Lord. The heart should go to Krishna. The heart belongs to devotees. The heart belongs to Krishna. Hmm, And the face, that can belong to the world. Face is for the world. Face means to show the world. Yes. Oh, I'm working. I'm a housewife. I'm a businessman. I'm a student. So that is to fill in the gap, to give a name to the face. Hmm? Face belongs to the world, yes. Oh, what do you do? Yes. One likes now when we are externally very engaged and all. So yeah, daytime we have to fill in the gap somewhere, na? Fill in the blank 24-hour. Somehow fill in the blank. So all this, whatever we are doing, na, studying, working and all, this should be taken as no more than fill in the blank, fill in the gap. We are just trying to fill in some time, past time. We are just trying to pass some time. Uh, But our heart, our internal mood, cry, meditation, attachment, aspiration, aims, visions, everything should be uh, towards Krishna, towards bhakti, towards love for Krishna, towards service. Uh, that only then we can actually escape or come out of this entanglement of this material world. Otherwise, we will be sucked in altogether. We will be lured. uh, We can never come out of self obsession unless we become Krishna obsessed, devotee obsessed. And self obsession is the real killer. Self obsession leads to nowhere but depression. Hmm. It leads to entanglement. It leads to bondage, slavery. Krishna obsession, obsession, devotional practice, bhakti yoga practice obsession, it frees us altogether. It will free us. So, what is our motive? What is our intent plays a role. Hmm? The action also plays a role. Uh, and under what why vision guidance, how we are acting. See, we can cheat ourselves at the most. At the most, who can we cheat? We can cheat the world. Easy. Fine. I can do behind someone's back. No, I won't get noticed. No, fine. So I can cheat someone. Then I can. It's difficult to cheat myself also. Hmm? But I can somehow cheat myself also. But I can never cheat Krishna. No, never ever, never ever. It's impossible. Such a thing never doesn't exist. That okay, Krishna uh, system does not capture us and all. No, no. So we should be always aware of this. That I can never ever cheat Krishna. Hmm? And what I've been doing, I'm cheating myself to different degree. Hmm? We can cheat others, and I can allow myself to be cheated also. But I can never cheat Krishna. So who is at loss then? Ultimately, I am at loss only. If I'm cheating someone and getting some short-term gain, no good, no good. I'm losing out of that. Uh, and if I'm unknowingly cheating myself and distracting myself anywhere, then also I'm losing. So devotee means coming out of complete cheating propensity. No critical, no cheating propensity. Devotee means what? Simple and honest. Can we add these two things in our life? Simplicity and honesty. Hmm? Simple and honest. If we can add simplicity, honesty, and kindness, hmm, then that is what a devotee is. So, devotee is both external and internal. It is a change of consciousness, change of heart, not just external changeover. External is very important, required. Now, see, there's something cultural, and there's something philosophy and etiquette. Na? Something comes out of culture, culturally, something out of etiquette, and then something out of philosophy. We have to adopt all. We cannot neglect any. If we just take into philosophy, neglect the culture, the etiquette, then we will become like dry philosophers, gyanis, mental speculation. And if we just take the culture, oh, good culture, early to bed, early to rise, and good principles they follow, the four rags, and just take into the culture and etiquette and serve out of that. But if we are not philosophical, then also not good. We'll become sentimental then. Prabhupada said, na, beautiful. What? That philosophy without religion is what? Mental speculation. Religion without philosophy. Religion without philosophy is sentimentalism. And that is the current state in the society. Religion is there, but no philosophy. है ना? हम हिंदू है, we are Hindus, गर्व से कहो भारतीय इत्यादि and all. So that is like a very materialistic religious practice, egoistic based, bodily concept based, and such do not fulfill the soul nowhere. No. So religion without philosophy becomes sentimentalism. That your religion is not better, my religion is better, all such things. And philosophy without religion is just mental speculation. Then it is on the mental platform. And we do not want any of these platforms. We want the soul platform. Soul platform means heart platform, going deep, very deep. If we have tasted slight bit of nectar in practicing Krishna consciousness, now we should go for the full circle. And there's nothing to lose in life other than my own ignorance. Is there anything to lose other than my own ignorance? I am heavily attached to what? To my ignorance only, look. Not able to give up my ignorance. So there is nothing to lose in life. Nothing at all. And we all are replaceable. Nothing is as such completely dependent on us. Job, family, people come and go, things come and go. Everything happens just. So strive, we should strive, make all efforts progress towards perfecting our Krishna consciousness. That should be our only agenda, not like top priority, only priority. There is a difference. If we just lump it as top priority or main agenda, then the smaller agendas we will be taken over by them. We have to wisely use our time, we have to wisely use our resources. Okay, any thoughts, questions, or comments? Hmm. Okay. Reynolds, could you hear Pip's question? Don't think so. You can hear. Reynolds or Harsha or
No, we
Kiran.
couldn't hear now. Yeah.
Okay. So Pip's question is, how should we read in a manner that it pleases spiritual master, it pleases Vaishnavas? Reading with absorption, reading with attachment. One is newspaper reading. There's an expression, right, called newspaper reading. Not sure. In India, I heard called like newspaper reading, which means what? Skimming through. Hmm. Comes newspaper comes daily, read it and throw it away. Fine. Next day comes, read it, throw it away. So reading with desire, with attachment, with intent, then we will be able to retain. When I have the willingness from my side, when I have the push from my side that I would like to read, I would like to read and read and read and read and read, then retention will come naturally. Then I will be able to retain the knowledge, assimilate. Then I will be able to assimilate, retain, understand, and it won't be like information. Um, that reading won't be like at the information platform or information level. No, that reading will lead, give me knowledge, and naturally will come that I will practically learn to apply that knowledge as well. Reading means will become living only for us. So reading with intent, reading with desire, reading with attachment, reading with absorption, developing that mood. Through reading only we can attain Krishna. Through reading, easy. Uh, See, for attaining Krishna, we don't have to do any hard labor. We don't have to break any stones. No. Krishna consciousness is simple. There's not like hard. We don't have to go any mad, crazy, or make any hard endeavors. No. Just simply simple and honest. Can I make myself simple and honest? And when we read with desire, with intent, with motive, with attention, with attachment, with absorption, that is pleasing to the Vaishnavas. Just that desire to read like that. If we can emulate someone and have developed that desire, Krishna is attained not by action but by desire. See the irony. The world in worldly pursuits we attain success not by mere desire. Desire leads to nothing in this world. What does it lead to? Until and unless you act on that desire, until and unless you make that happen. So in this worldly affairs, we have to really act, work hard to attain, to get it, to have it, possess it. Just desire does not help. And in Krishna consciousness, it is the desire only. It is the desire. We um, we again we work. We do not want to like say work, but act. In the sense we do not want to do any karma, but still act. So that is out of desire. So it is just desire, developing a desire. The Tulsi Maharani prayers is fascinating, right? Desire is there then, na? જે તો મારા શરણ લોય તારા વાંછા પૂર્ણ હોય કૃપા કોરી કોરો તારે વૃંદાવન વાસે so it begins with surrender shelter taking shelter then what મોર એ અભિલાષ વિલાસ કુંજે દિયોવાસ નયને હરિભો સદા યુગલ રૂપરાસે એ નિવેદન ધરો સખીર અનુગત કરો સેવા અધિકાર દિયે કરો દિન દાસે a nivedan this is my request this is my only desire this is my only request that thing then Shri Radha Govinda preme sada ye na bhasi Rina Krishna dase ko ye na mora hoy I understand that I am fallen now I have this desire we should desire then Krishna will make our desire come true altogether but we cannot desire until and unless we are a bit pure or so we cannot have such desire but at least we desire to desire that much we should do because we find some inspiration from devotees then we should desire to desire in material world again one has to work hard one has to prove one has to show but in Krishna consciousness it is simple just desire so it is not like hard labor no Krishna consciousness is not like hard work or hard labor or these many years these many things it is to simplify life simple read listen japa repeat read listen japa repeat read listen japa repeat externally it sounds na many spiritual practitioners oh these bhakti yogas so simple they don't have to do anything they just what read a bit here and there and sit and chant and just listen something this is samadhi this is attaining absorption and which has to be developed in this life in this human form of life only that absorption that attachment until and unless I develop attachment how can I move forward no and it is not like this okay that yes one fine day and attaining Krishna consciousness altogether I die and I become a pure devotee no we have to become pure devotee while we are living so this is a question do when do we become a pure devotee after death or while living hmm? After dying or while living yes yeah so we have to become pure devotee while living it is not like after that no while living we have to die before we have died we have to die materially while living so don't take this as a fantasy or a fantasy dream that okay one fine day like I will die and then I will become a pure devotee these are all again weakness of the heart which makes us think what Okay, once I'm dead, things will be fine and my report will be taken, and then I will be given the badge of a pure devotee, or elevated devotee, or advanced devotee. Still something will be missing, and I will come back and do that whatever is missing. No, no. While living only, we have to become a pure devotee. While living, we have to apply, imbibe this mood altogether. Okay, any other thoughts, questions, or comments? Let us read one last for today then. Is it text 18? Jnanam gyayam parigyata trivida karma chodana karanam karma karteti trivida karma sangraha. So, paper translation purpose.
Hare Krishna. Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three different factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action. There are three kinds of impetus for daily work: knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower. The instruments of work, the work itself, and the worker are called the constituents of work. Any work done by any human being has these elements. Before one acts, there is some impetus, which is called inspiration. Any solution arrived at before work is actualized in a subtle form of work. This work takes the form of action. First, one has to undergo the psychological process of thinking, feeling, and willing, and that is called impetus. The inspiration to work is the same if it comes from the scripture or from the instruction of the spiritual master. When the inspiration is there and the worker is there, the actual activity takes place by the help of the senses, initiating the mind, which is the center of all the senses. The sum total of all the constituents of an activity is called the accumulation of work. Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three factors that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action.
Many misconceptions we carry that, oh, Bhagavad Gita is very technical, and Bhagavad Gita one cannot understand on his own. Uh, Tell me one thing, why will Krishna write something or give us something which is so technical? It's like, is God having a fun with us? No? That, okay, there you go. I give you something very technical, which is, we say, same time, it's a great book. Has answers to all questions. Manual for life, and same time technical. No, Krishna consciousness is very simple. Us are technical, us are complicated. And we are day by day complicating our lives, day by day. Uh, we live in a very casual form, we live in very uh, relaxed or escapism mode. So Bhagavad Gita is not technical. Knowledge is also not technical, no. Uh, Knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are the three factors that motivate action. The senses that motivate action. The senses, the work, and the doer are the three constituents of action. So further we'll see all of this. But overall, Bhagavad Gita is not at all technical. It's very simple. It is just, again, I have to attain what? Simplicity and honesty. The day I imbibe, cherish, bring about simplicity and honesty in my life, then the message is very much there and it's clear it will come about. And simplicity and honesty is required in every channel, every walk of life. See, there's nothing like different quality that I need to bring in order to appreciate or practice, understand or practice Krishna consciousness. It is all those same qualities what I need to function in life. Mm, what I need to function properly in life. The same qualities only. But just the motivation is different. Now we bring all good qualities with the motivation what to please Guru and Gaurang. Earlier the motivation was pretty much clueless to please myself or please society or please him or her. Definitely Guru and Gaurang were not in the equation. And now in the equation should be only Guru and Gaurang. That doesn't mean that we neglect others or others are disrespected. No. Only Guru and Gaurang means we can include others then very nicely. Practicing Krishna consciousness, this is a question. Will a person become a better son or daughter practicing Krishna consciousness than without practicing Krishna consciousness? Will a person become a better husband or wife, better mother or father, practicing Krishna consciousness or without practicing Krishna consciousness?
Definitely better. Is um, even though like we might put our our responsibility to become a son like a second place if we like be practicing Krishna consciousness. I think we still like we do it better so we can do your spiritual practice more in a way, like sort of like you do your duty well so you can do more your spiritual practice in a way, I guess.
Definitely, practicing Krishna consciousness will be a better son, better daughter, better husband, better wife, better mother, better father. Definitely. And we'll learn the art how to behave, deal, act. And it has to all come so natural to us that it should not look and it should not be that I am acting. I'm having to act good. I'm having to put up a face. Ultimately, it has to come natural. My dealings with parents, my dealings with, say, children and all, no? Uh, husband wife dealings and all, they all have to come. Family members, work people, friends, and all, they have to come at a natural Krishna conscious level. That is how I advance. Look again, Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, but how? Just gentle, just normal, is it not? Just speaking normally. So we also need to learn this art and science of speaking normally in Krishna consciousness. And the one of the big problem is why can we not speak normally in Krishna consciousness? Say going out book distribution or preaching. So much of sometimes it might happen, right? I'm brainstorming or putting so much of effort in my mind and really uh, trying to be very intelligent and exercising myself very hard. Why? Because I live in split mentality, split life. This is material life, this is spiritual life. But if I live in one life only, natural life, studies, whatever, it's natural Krishna conscious life, then I will speak naturally, I will live naturally, I will behave naturally. And once my aim is clear, what do I want from the practice of Krishna consciousness? What does Krishna consciousness give? What is my ultimate motivation in the practice of Krishna consciousness? How beautiful do I find Krishna? How attractive do I find him? How convinced am I of the philosophy? How much do I appreciate devotee association? How much do I value, appreciate devotee blessings which has come in my life? Do I see as devotees as my savior? Mm. And in particular, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, how do I see them? Can I imagine where could I be now if I were not practicing Krishna consciousness? What would I be doing? How much do I take the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam as the absolute reality? then the vision once it changes, and the sooner I come to this that life is one only, meant to serve the divine couple, meant to please Guru and Gaurang only, then everything will come natural. And patience, enthusiasm, confidence, from Nectar of Instruction by Rupa Goswami. What the instructions our Goswamis have given us, if we do bhajan sadhana in that instructions, under that following those instructions, we will advance rapidly, tremendously rapidly. So on that note, and again, we try to do think over this, meditate, contemplate. What is that quality which is deeply revered, uh, aspired for, wanted, desired in material life, but in pure Krishna consciousness, in material world, say, but in pure Krishna consciousness, even in this life, in pure Krishna consciousness, there is no space for it. We wouldn't pray for it. We wouldn't want it. It will be a killer altogether. No, no. It will spoil the mood. And in material life, it strengthens the mood. It helps the mood. Okay, on this note, we leave it here. We'll discuss tomorrow from Shloka 19. Thank you everyone for your kind participation and encouragement. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.